In today's podcast, we're going to talk about co-regulation strategies for when your ASD husband's meltdown becomes your secondary trauma response. Now, if you're in a neurodiverse relationship, there may be moments when his meltdown becomes your collapse. He gets overwhelmed, his voice changes, his body becomes agitated, so he shuts down, lashes out, paces, panics, spirals, or emotionally disappears. And suddenly, your nervous system lights up too. Your chest tightens, your stomach drops, your mind races. You feel fear, dread, helplessness, anger, urgency, or the need to fix everything immediately. Now, two nervous systems are in distress. And what often happens next is tragic but common. He feels misunderstood, and you feel traumatized, and both of you feel alone. So today, I want to talk about something rarely explained clearly: how your ASD husband's meltdown can trigger your secondary trauma response, and how to stop the escalating feedback loop before it damages the relationship long term. This is not about blame. It's not about excusing harmful behavior. No. It's about understanding what is happening in real time so both of you can recover faster. So let's get into it. I want to talk about what you're actually witnessing. Many neurotypical wives interpret meltdowns only through behavior. For example, he's overreacting, he's attacking me, he's being dramatic, he's trying to control the room, he's choosing this. Now, sometimes behavior does need accountability, absolutely. But many autistic meltdowns are not strategic events. They're neurological overload events. Think of the nervous system like a circuit panel. Too much sensory input, too much emotional demand, too much unpredictability, too much social pressure, too many competing tasks, too much shame, and too much unresolved stress. And then the breaker blows. And that may look like shouting, pacing, rigid thinking, emotional flooding, escape behavior, even shut down defensiveness, loss of verbal processing, anger outbursts, and even collapse afterward. Now, from the outside, it can feel very personal, but from the inside, it often feels like drowning. That doesn't mean harmful behavior is okay. No. It means if you misunderstand the event, you'll apply the wrong solution. You'll use logic when regulation is needed. You'll use criticism when containment is needed. And you'll demand connection when his brain is offline. And then the loop intensifies. Now I want to talk about why it becomes your trauma response. Let's talk about you for a minute. Most neurotypical spouses say, well, I know he's overwhelmed, but I fall apart too. Well, that makes sense, because nervous systems are contagious. Did you know that? It's called emotional contagion, mirror activation, threat detection, and co-regulation dynamics. When someone near you becomes dysregulated, your body detects danger cues. Cues such as loud tone, sudden movement, chaotic energy, unpredictability, emotional intensity, facial distress, withdrawal after conflict, and relational rupture signals. And your body may interpret that as, I'm not safe. I'm about to be abandoned. I need to fix this now. This is becoming dangerous. I'm back to old trauma again. Especially if you have had prior history with chaotic homes, angry caregivers, emotional neglect, criticism, walking on eggshells, previous relationship trauma. So now his meltdown hits not just the present moment. It activates old pain. This is why you may react stronger than the current moment alone would explain. This is not weakness. This is nervous system memory. Now let's talk about the physiological feedback loop. Here's the cycle. He becomes overwhelmed. You sense danger. You become activated. Your activation increases his activation. His escalation increases your fear. And now both brains are offline. Then communication attempts become gasoline. Somebody says, calm down, or you're scaring me, or you always do this, or stop being dramatic, or why can't you just talk normally? Now, to your ASD spouse, this may feel like attack during collapse. To you, as the NT wife, his reaction feels like emotional violence. Now resentment grows. Repeat this enough times, and couples begin saying things like, well, we love each other, but our nervous systems destroy us. That sentence is painful and often true, but it can be changed. Let's talk about the first shift. Stop making it a character issue. During the moment, stop interpreting everything through character. He's selfish, or he's crazy, or he doesn't care, or he wants to hurt me. And if you're the ASD husband listening to this podcast, you need to stop thinking in terms of, well, she's attacking me. She wants to control me. She's impossible. She's the enemy. No. Instead, we want to ask, what nervous system state are we both in right now? That question changes everything. Because once you identify state, you choose intervention. If someone is drowning, you don't debate personality, you stabilize first. Let's talk about co-regulation strategy number 1. Regulate your body before his behavior. You might be thinking, as the NT wife, but why do I have to regulate first? All the work falls on me. The answer is because the most regulated nervous system often becomes the leader in the room. Not always, but most often. So listen, ground your body immediately. Unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders. Slow your exhale longer than your inhale. Feel both feet on the floor. Relax your hands. Try 4 slow breaths with long exhales. Your body has to hear the following. I'm safe enough. I don't need to match the chaos. If you match his intensity, the fire doubles. If you steady yourself, you become the anchor. Not a rescuer, just an anchor. Now let's talk about co-regulation strategy number 2. Lower input, not just volume. Many people think calming means talk softer. Well, sometimes yes. But often what's needed is lower input. That means fewer words, fewer questions, less eye contact, less movement, more space, slower pacing, dimmer lights if possible, and pause competing demands. So instead of thinking, what happened? Why are you doing this? Can you explain? Are you mad at me? Try. I can see overload. We don't have to solve this right now. I'm going to step back to lower the pressure. We're okay. We can reset. That's short, clear, and calm. When your ASD husband's brain is overloaded, paragraphs feel like attacks. So you want to keep it short and simple. Now let's talk about co-regulation strategy number 3. We're going to name the state without shame. Language really matters. So consider phrases like, it looks like your system is overloaded, or this feels like too much right now. I think both of us are activated. Let's stabilize first. That's so much different from, you're out of control. You're impossible. What's wrong with you? Shame intensifies meltdown states. Accurate naming reduces confusion. Now let's talk about co-regulation strategy number 4. Create a pre-made meltdown protocol. Do not invent your strategy during chaos. Build one during calm times. Both of you should ask the following. When overload happens, what are early warning signs? What helps reduce pressure? What makes it worse? Do you need space or quiet presence? What phrase helps most? How do we reconnect afterward? And what behavior crosses a boundary? Here's an example protocol. When I pace and get sharp, I need 10 minutes no talking. Or when you raise your voice, I need physical distance. Or afterward, we reconnect within 1 hour. Or if objects are thrown or insults begin, conversation stops. Now the couple has a map, and maps reduce fear. Now let's talk about co-regulation strategy number 5. Protect yourself without punishing him. Some NT wives think boundaries are abandonment. They are not. You can care and still protect yourself. You can say something like, I love you. I'm stepping into the other room until we're calmer. Or, I'm available when voices are lower. I want repair, not war. That communicates connection plus a boundary, which is powerful. If there is intimidation, threats, property destruction, or fear for safety, you need to prioritize distance and outside support immediately. Regulation is never permission for abuse. Now let's talk about after the meltdown. This is the most important hour. Most couples survive the storm, but fail the aftermath. Afterward, don't pretend nothing happened. Use a repair conversation. What overwhelmed you? What happened in my body was fear. What helped? What made it worse? What do we do differently next time? What reassurance do we both need now? This transforms episodes into learning opportunities. Without repair, wounds stack up. With repair, trust and safety rebuild. Now, if your ASD husband's meltdown becomes your trauma response, that does not automatically mean the relationship is doomed. It means two nervous systems need a better framework. You're not crazy for feeling shaken. He's not malicious in the moment of overload. Both realities can exist at once. The goal here is not perfection. The goal is shorter spirals, faster recovery, less fear, more skill, more safety, more compassion with boundaries. That's how neurodiverse couples stop becoming each other's trigger and start becoming each other's stabilizer. Now, if this spoke to your experience, subscribe. I talk openly and practically about neurodiverse marriage, nervous system healing, and real tools that help couples stop repeating painful loops. You're not the only couple dealing with this, and it can get better. Would you like to schedule a paid private coaching session? This will be in the form of a face-to-face Zoom call. Underneath any of my videos, you'll see this Calendly link. If you click on that link, it'll open up my calendar. You can pick the available days and times that works for your schedule. You'll get a follow-up email immediately after purchasing a session that will have the Zoom link that coincides with the day and time that you picked. I will get an email too that you scheduled a session, and I will be available on that exact day and time, and we will talk. I look forward to working with you. Hey guys, this is Mark. Some of you may not know that I have a lot of books on Amazon. So if you like my videos, you'll like my books. I have several for ASD spouses, for NT spouses, and for the neurodiverse couple. Underneath any of my videos, you'll see this link. Feel free to click on that link and see what's available. I'm sure you'll find something that applies to you. So if you're struggling in your neurodiverse marriage, help is available, one click away.